Well, tonight we're going to cook ourselves some buffalo wings, chicken wings up in the Outback. We're at Salt Creek Hot Springs still, and I put the gas in the stove, so we're going to go ahead and pump it up. You got to put a little air in these tanks to get your burners working with the right air pressure. So we're going to give this a little bit of pressure. And then we're going to start this little puppy up. Lock her down so your air don't get out. And then we take these wood matches. We like the ones you can strike anywhere, but any wood matches will work fine. And then you go ahead and just turn your burner on. And there you go. Right now I don't need the next other burner, which I could put on there later. Be very careful where you throw your hot wood matches if there's dry around. I like to put them away in a little can or something. I'm going to stick this pan on here when this is going. There, she's starting to go now. You can hear starting to look good. So I'm going to start heating that pan up. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get some of the stuff out and we'll show you that. Now I'm going to start preparing these Outback chicken wings. I've got a little olive oil, which I'm going to put just a dab of olive oil in here. I'm going to mix it with a little butter. It just mixes a little bit better when you're frying them. I like it that way. Now I've got these nice Foster Farm chicken wings here out of Oregon. And I've got a mix of my flour and Parmesan cheese, which I'm going to dump all in there like that. Make sure flour and Parmesan cheese is mixed nice. Then I'm going to go ahead and just take these nice little Foster Farm chicken wings, throw them right in here. And I'm just going to go ahead and roll them around, and then with my hot oil going, there's my hot oil, I'm just going to go put these right back on the stove. Just like that. Just turn them over, dust them nice. Get a nice coating. Sometimes I'll do an egg dip. Then you can, dip your chicken wing in the egg dip and then flour them and then go ahead and dip them again. But on the Outback, you don't want to run out of eggs because there's not a store for 100 miles. So you kind of just got to watch what you cook and what you use. Let's get them all dipped in here. Get them going. Let's just put the whole bag in here because it's chicken wing. It's chicken wing time. Give them a good coating. There's a good Parmesan cheese in here. You don't want to waste it, so you want to coat them really nice. Yeah, I can smell the Parmesan cheese cooking. We'll salt and pepper them too. Maybe even drop a little of Stan's special dry rub seasoning, which I'll show you on them. Okay. There we go. If I can get the light on it. There you go. Let's get them back on the stove, get them cooking.
Looking good. A cooking show in the... You want me to do that?
Here's your chicken frying. Got plenty of nice butter and olive oil on it. I'm going to salt pepper these little puppies and let them go in some of Stanley's special rub, which I'll show you. So let's put them back on the burner. Alright, now we're going to salt pepper these little... We got these little things right out of Kmart or someplace, but they're really cool. They're salt pepper containers. Got the little holes or the more spill. And we're going to go ahead and that's a little sea salt. Stan won't take anything else but good sea salt.
Nice sea salt in there, fine sea salt.
Then we got nice pepper. Just turn these till you find the hole.
I ground that pepper just before I put it in there.
This is specially grounded pepper out of peppercorns that Stan grinds. And this seasoning here is a special homemade seasoning. And let me tell you, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we're going to put it on the market soon, and I tell you, there's no better rub than this. Fresh herbs right out of the garden. We're going to just dash these little guys with a little bit, just to spicing them up a little. There you go. So let's just let this stuff, you know, let this stuff cook with the special herbs on it, and all the salt, pepper, and we'll turn them over in a few minutes. I think when I'm waiting around waiting for the chicken to get cooked on that one side, I'm going to have a little sip of vino in the Outback. This is Covey Run, a really nice California wine that I like. It's a 2009 variety. It's a Merlot, but, you know.
What kind of wine is it?
A Merlot.
Why don't you pour me a tiny little cup of it?
I'm going to pour a little cup for Stan, too.
The last we had was that,
Stan earlier had a little beer with a little tequila in it, just to spice some things up, but I'm going to give him a little graph, and here's the Covey Run. Now here's this chicken. It's done on one side. It looks beautiful. I turned it. I'm going to go ahead and salt pepper this side, a little Stan special seasonings, and put it back on the stove, and we'll get on with it and see what else we're going to cook. I think it's just going to be a can of good old cowboy beans, but hey, we're in the Outback.
what are cowboy beans? You've got me worried now.
And now, when the chicken's cooking, because it's looking beautiful, I'm going to go ahead and just do a can of cowboy beans, you know, just open them and put them in. If you want to really get down, you can probably cook your own darn.
I got cheese there too. That's a good.
We got cheese. Don't buy one of these cheap can openers out of the store because they're made in China, and you can see we used it once. I haven't even used it, and now look how mine I have to use. I used it one time out of Bi-Mart.
What's the brand on it?
I don't know the brand, but it just, the gears just don't like working. It's kind of going. We might get a can open if we're lucky.
The second can.
There we go. We did it. I don't know how we did it, but
There's some of that cheese. There's plenty of cheddar cheese.
we got a little cheddar cheese we can put in here too. I'm looking for something, a little fork here to get this can open. There you go. Just good old cowboy beans. But we're going to spice these cowboy beans up. We bought fresh tomatoes out of Stan's garden. We got onions. I think we'll grate a little cheddar cheese in it too. We were going to put a little mushrooms in, but I think we're going to save those for tomorrow night for our sun gun. Alright, now let me get things ready and I'll show you how it works. Now after we got the beans in the old pot, these are beautiful tomatoes out of Stan's garden, some aromas and some other little guys. And they're so delicious because they're not store-bought tomatoes, and we all know that tastes like. These tomatoes you put in your mouth, and I mean, you know what a real tomato tastes like. I don't think most people do know what they do taste like, because the stores, this one got crushed by a little bit of our traveling on the roads.
The beans won't hurt it.
But we're going to go throw it right in the...
We're just throwing flavor.
The beans. And this little bubba, you know it's a tasty little guy. I'm just going to slice his little tail end right on up. Not going to waste any of this tomato either. It's too good. We'll give them a nice big chunks there. I'll go ahead and, you know, here's our bean pot. I'm just going to go ahead and slide these all in there. And then I'm going to go over here and take a little chunk out of this onion. We do little chunks of onions in here and there because we got other cooking to do. So we'll go ahead and just peel that onion back. Well, we might even cut that up too. Oh, why not? Throw it in there. I just knocked off a piece of my onion onto the ground. Got to be careful of that. And then we'll just throw these onions right in there. And then we'll get these guys heating up. Now you can't see it, we'll get these guys heating up right in there and get them warming. Alright, well, we got the other little burden going next to the chicken. We're going to go ahead and put these beans on. You can't see them, it's pretty dark, but we're going to get them heating up. You know, there they are. Beans, onions in the pot. We're going to go ahead and mix them up, salt and pepper them down a little bit. And then later, just before we eat, we'll melt a little cheddar cheese right on in there. Well, I think the chicken's done and the beans are also done. So we're going to get ready to serve it up. Look at that, folks. That's some pretty good Outback camping looking chicken wings and buffalo stuff. We got the beans. It's done too, mixed with those wonderful tomatoes, and I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, it's steaming. It's in there with the tomatoes on. I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to put a little cheese in it and feed it up to the folks here. The beans and the meat are ready to be served. I'm going to go ahead and walk over here real quick and get a plate for Stan. Should have done that earlier, but there we go. I got the ladle here for the beans. I'm going to go ahead and scoop some of these. Get the little fork out of there. Oh, that was really nice. Almost lost it. Didn't want to do it. And get some, look at that tomatoes and onions in there, folks. Right out of the garden. Just.
Grate the cheddar.
I'm going to grate it right now. I'm going to put that right back on the stove. I almost dropped it, but we're way up in the mountains here. I got some nice cheddar cheese.
Did you find a grater?
With a little grater.
Oh,
I'm going to go.
my favorite little grater. Don't lose it. I like that little grater.
And then, as you can see, we got the nice cheddar cheese right on top. I'm going to slide over here to this other side, and I'm going to go ahead and lay Stan out some of these real nice chicken wings into his plate. They're hot, folks. You can get, us country boys, we do everything by fingers. I'm going to give them the 5 at first, and then we'll have a few more for later. put this back on the stove, keep it nice and warm. Well, that is a pretty good, what you call, plate of food for outback camping at night now. You know, so
With just a lantern.
we're just with a lantern and a little stove here, but I tell you what, you can eat awful good. We're doing some gum tomorrow night, so that'll be an interesting film for Stan. He's going to put the some gum tomorrow. We'll be out in a different area. But don't forget, folks, with your politicians and what they're doing with this, you got to kind of be conservative and watch what you're cooking. But they promise you this, a chicken in every pot for you folks. So you vote for the right guy.